Ask me how I'm living, I'm telling them great. Ask me how I did it, I'm telling them grace. Yeah, yeah, hey. Ask me how I did it, I'm telling them grace. Ask me how I'm living, I'm telling them great. Ask me how I did it, I'm telling them grace. Ask me how I'm living, I'm telling them great. New me, no time to waste. Look at me, you see I don't play. I keep running on out of shape. Need a hero, go find a cape. New me, no time to waste.
Never remember dates and numbers.
You never forget.
Yeah, now that I
Miss
don't.
Organized.
Shout out to Owala, my best friend Helena, gave me my canteen of water because she's been pressing me to drink water all the time.
Hey, we can't. They got the right to cut the checks now. We can't even get no free
I'm giving them,
sponsorships.
I'm
Come on,
enticing. I'm enticing. You gotta put it into
that is
production.
true too. That's a different.
Why you
way.
stand there and got the dag on 7-Eleven?
7-Eleven, subliminal. You got to go to them sometimes. Know what I mean? Like, you just can't sit back and think they're going to come. Sometimes you got to show them the vision.
Right.
Man, you know
So
what I mean?
when we sit up here and we take off, they be like, oh, snap, they got our Owala bottle. And we got 7-Eleven. We need to sponsor them.
Bottle?
Listen, I don't know. My homegirl was like, you know the Yetis and everything. She was like, this is so
I'm
much
familiar
better.
with the Yeti.
She was like, this is so much better.
know about
than
the Yeti?
and all that kind of stuff.
I know about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I have one. I've never used it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, she says she swears by this, and she says I need more water intake. So she personally, literally came over to our house and delivered me my Owala bottle. So I have been drinking it ever since. Thank you very much. It goes with me everywhere.
There you go.
Thank you.
Hey.
But anyways, welcome back to the Real of Basketball. We actually have been off only a week, right?
Nah, 2 weeks.
Was it 2 weeks? Well, my producer.
Schedule been crazy, you know what I mean? But we here now, man. Getting ready for 2024.
I get put on everybody's back burner. I have shows and businesses to run, and people want to put me on. People want to put me on the back burner all the time. But anyways, tonight we are going to have a good closeout as it is rounding out 2023, and we got a lot of things to discuss for the past year and reflect on, and we got our special guest, Mr. Jamie Laviola,
Yeah.
dentist master.
Of Alexandria of the world. You know what I mean? Y'all know about him pretty soon if you don't know about him already.
And McLean, you forgot the other spot. He got a whole bunch of spots.
Hey, my bad, dog. You know what I mean?
Whole Northern Virginia.
There
Hello,
you go.
somebody.
You know what I mean?
Listen, we speaking everything to existence. Owala, 7-Eleven, the whole East Coast.
Everything.
We rocking and rolling. But anyways, what we recapping? Are we gonna recap or no?
Won't need to recap, man.
No, I do need to recap because I'm about to talk about my basketball team. Shout out to Wits and basketball.
No rants. We have company.
It's good.
No rant.
This is a good season.
Okay, it is a good season.
Listen,
it actually is a great season. I'm
is.
excited for
I'm
it.
excited. Woodson, shout out to my Lady Cavs. We are killing it right now. The only game that we lost has been an out-of-conference game and the number one team in our district, so I'm not mad at it at all. Last year, this time, it was a whole...
Oh, man, I think a round of applause for that,
See how I'm in my headphones. I got to hear through his headphones. That lets you know I got some good hearing, too.
man. Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Ears go like a dog.
I'm excited about this 2023-24 season for my basketball team. Shout out to Duke because they about to handle business. Baby Jared, that's my baby cousin.
Yeah.
He's killing it on Duke. He stays in the commentator's mouth. Pause. That didn't come out right, but you know what I'm saying. And
you can tell you hang around just straight dudes. You know what I mean? Used to being around dudes.
it's basketball. It's ball is life. And shout out to my baby boy, Christian, for his mother has retired from the AAU game and has been full throttle in his life, and he is paying for it. I did.
Now she going to follow us everywhere on the road.
I did. I stopped. It was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made this year, and I didn't say anything till this September, and had to make the. I had to be there for CT. I can't be coaching up other people's kids and not be at my own
You're
child's
already coaching
game.
kids too.
Yeah.
Kids,
Yeah. So
you got that.
I need to.
But you got to see
my baby.
the young one.
The young goats coming up.
Yes.
So that has been a lot, and then shout out to our marriage. Blessed be the name of the Lord.
Putting in work.
Made in year 11 and we have been putting in work.
Sheesh.
You said 11?
Yeah, we just celebrated.
Congratulate.
11 years.
That's truly amazing.
Right.
Thank you.
9 years from 20. Crazy. How long you been married? 20 years. Lord, put in some work though.
No,
you know
this
what I mean?
season we put in some serious work, and we'll talk about that maybe in 2024.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff to reflect on, a lot of stuff to we've grown from, a lot of jewels I think is necessary to share.
Yeah.
Always protect your household.
Yeah, no doubt, man. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. Just trying to make sure and stay sharp.
I was doing the Tabitha Brown look. I see y'all.
Get off of TikTok,
I know
Instagram.
Tabitha Brown, but I don't know what you're talking about.
She did her and her husband.
Subliminals.
They be defending their
Oh,
household.
I've seen that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I got
That's
you.
my girl. I got you, Tab. We on the same page. First Wives Club. Hello, somebody. Okay.
There you go.
So, Mr. Laviola.
Jay, like, yo, what have I got myself into, man?
I know. Welcome to the Real Love and Basketball, Jay. This is what it's about.
Yeah,
Should
man.
I have you call me doctor?
Oh,
Oh.
I mean,
Oh,
we gonna go
There you go.
there.
No, we're not gonna
We're
go
gonna
there.
get a little privilege up on here.
Absolutely
It's
not.
like,
But I do like to make fun of people like that.
no, I would listen. I'm gonna tell you what. If I get my PhD, y'all gonna call me Dr. Coach for the rest of
There
your
you
lives.
go. Look, she trying to
is
get
fair.
go back to school just so
I
she
see
get a
what I'm
PhD.
playing this time.
Yeah, just to get a PhD. So listen,
Tell
man,
us,
what
am
are
I
you gonna
wrong
do
for
with it?
wanting that aspiration that I want?
I
to?
think it's a tough one, but I think it's real.
Yeah, I ain't said you couldn't do it. If anybody can do it on this earth, it's you. But my question is why?
Now you may have
That's
to
it.
hear like some crazy stuff going on when thesis
Right.
time comes around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why?
Because
That's a good
I want
point.
to be doctor, coach,
To have
lead tab.
doctor, just say you're a doctor.
Heck yeah.
Mm.
I already got MBA.
That's
at the end of it.
$200,000 just to say you're a doctor.
doctor,
Ain't did no
Coach
doctor,
Lee. Coach
Dr.
Lee.
D's. at
I
all.
am Dr. Philosopher and mentor and everything else. I might as well
you-
put a daggone title on
you
it.
right.
Yeah, but to be fair, you don't have to have the title to be the doctor.
True, but nobody asked you for that too.
There you go.
I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. The world is changing a little bit.
Well, anyways,
So Jay, man, tell them a little bit. We'll give you an introduction, you know what I mean? But give them a little bit of backdrop to who you are, but then also I think it's a fun fact on how we met.
Okay. So how far would you like me to go back?
To when we met, or
No, another one.
as far as you want to, man.
Yeah. I mean, so basketball is something I've always loved. I played high school. That was like my big goal growing up, was to make my high school team, and I got the opportunity to compete with some amazing people. I was like last on that team, but it was still being part of a team was what I love about basketball, which I think is part of how we met. I totally glossed over my whole what I do, but that's okay. I think it was like 2016, and I'm gonna say a little bit of profanity because I'm gonna say exactly how I said it.
Okay.
I sent an email saying I'm a young ass kid looking for someone to coach me to be better at basketball because I want to go play in these fantasy camps. So we started training. It was probably some of the most miserable workouts I've ever had, and Lee's workouts are just as bad, by the way. So different forms of torture. But then we just from there, I just think it was a friendship that came from not just basketball, but common values and God.
Yeah.
I think God was a part of it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
can we talk about that real quick? Can we talk about how you switched over?
Well, I didn't necessarily switch over, but what I will say is, so I grew up Catholic, and in college / dental school, I got away with it. I got away from it. Dental school, I went to a couple of churches, but was never there. And then the first time I actually prayed again for real was in the gym with Daryl, and then you guys brought me to both brought me to church, and then I just been going to the same church now every week. So. In fact, I don't even know if I see you guys all the time.
Because we went to a different church.
Okay.
somewhere.
But yeah, so there was a lot of growth there in different ways. I got different ways to communicate about faith with each of you that were really special.
So that's what's up. That's just the lightness of it all. It goes deeper than that.
Yeah.
He done been in and slept on the couches. He done came over, ate food,
The
and be
couches,
out.
if you sit on these, you will fall asleep, definitely. So But yeah, all kinds of
Yeah, and when you told me, when you shot the email, I was looking, I was like, damn, this is a long tail email for one.
Oh yeah,
but then I was like,
I write long stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But then
it wasn't through CTAP.
it was through Coach Up.
Coach Up.
Yeah, we were still in clients from. I don't know if we should say that.
We did not say that. Please edit that.
It was, yeah. But from a platform when we was up there, you said, man, yeah, pull up, man. So to get to know you and see, to find out that you a doctor, but then also just a cool doctor. Most doctors are kind of like square, nerdish a little bit. You know what I mean? But you can tell you got a little bit of black in you. Which is not a bad thing. That just means you get along with multiple people and things like that, man. But it was super cool to see that. How did you was you raised like that in order to be like balanced and know how to deal with everybody, especially in business as well?
I don't know if I was raised that way, but that's kind of the way I saw the life because. So I played baseball, and I went to a Catholic school where there was one person that was black, and I think they were from Haiti, so it was a different type of culture. But in the 6th grade, I fell in love with playing basketball, so I started going to the playground. Everybody that, for the most part, my dad just dropped me off, and it was playing mostly with older people than me, and so I just didn't see no difference. Like those, like the people that I was playing with on the court treated me the same, like. If not better than some people at school. So, yeah, it just that was part of it. I think basketball is a big part of it, just being around different people.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, also inside I'm not going to say I don't see color, but
right.
I just know how to get along.
I just see people as people. I can put it that way.
Yeah. No doubt. How did you get into basketball?
We had a JV and a varsity Catholic school team, 5th, 7th, and 8th. So I just tried out, and that was it. I just loved playing.
Right.
So, and like I said, I made my goal to make the freshman team, and then it was to make the JV, then the varsity. And my junior year actually was the only year that I didn't start and play because I was on a team with a college, one of the best players in the nation at the time. And then I transferred my senior year, and I started again at a smaller school. So that was important.
Was that Eddie Shannon?
That was Eddie Shannon.
Okay.
Yeah,
he was nice with it.
He was real nice with it. So, and we would play basketball at lunch every day too. And he would beat me every day. But, that was another good friendship that when you're on that type of team and you're working towards a common goal, it's a different beast.
Yeah. What made you become a doctor, man? Was it back in them days? Did you see yourself being a doctor, or was it something that sparked that idea?
Yeah, no. So my dad was a dentist, so I was like, let me carve out my own path. I don't want to be a doctor, and I think I fell in love with finance because I had a teacher that was in high school. So I said, okay, I'm gonna do that. And then I had this vision of going to Wall Street and making a lot of money and driving limos. And I worked in a commercial banking for 6 months. And I'm like, nope, this ain't for me. I'm going to go back and go to dental school. I'll give it a shot because I wanted to help people. So that's how I kind of went into that.
Dope.
To get to those points, though, so to go, even with sports, right? You mentioned I had a goal to make JV, to make varsity. Then you had the goal to be able to, I wanted to do finances. And the fact that you keep mentioning goal, it's very hard to come by at somebody at a young age to be able to have that vision. How did you get to that point? Was that your upbringing, or was that more so something self-motivated?
I think a combination of both. My dad would always tell me, like, I don't care what you do. Because, at that time, he had helped coach one of the community colleges, so we had these it was before the G League. They had these CBA, I don't forget the name of the league, but Muggsy Bogues was one of the players. So I got to be the guy that wipes the towels.
Okay.
So I saw Muggsy Bogues at full speed, and he just he said, listen, if you want to work as hard as you can to try that, he said, just know that the percentages are not in your favor. But so, and then he also told me at one point, he had me write this. I don't know if you guys might be too young for the print shop, when you print and it's got the paper that like buzzes out.
Oh yeah, and it goes. So
I
got the
the thing.
Do
that noise
side,
again?
yes, and went.
Just like that. So
yes, I used to have one of those at my house because my dad used to have an office downstairs. So
definitely. So he said, go on there with their thing and make a poster, because I had like Jordan and Muggsy Bogues and Tim Hardaway and John Stockton. And he said, make a poster that just says to be the best. And I'm like, what's that mean? He says, whatever you do, be the best.
Yeah.
So I think that was a big part of it. And then just as I saw, like, when I set that goal to make the team, and I kind of, to me, it became more about like, what's next? What's next? What's next? So it's kind of like it's the process, not just the
Right,
goal.
right.
Sometimes you don't make the goal, but you still got the process.
Yeah, that's it, man. Who was your favorite? Who was your favorite basketball player, NBA player growing up?
Like when I played ball.
When you played ball, yeah.
When I played ball in high school and was most serious, realistically, it's probably Tim Hardaway.
Okay.
Yeah, I really tried to model my game after him because he didn't dunk the ball a lot. He was 5'10". He has mad handles.
Yeah. He was nice. Yeah.
That was, and then he moved down to the Heat, so I was in love with the fact that he was at my home, home city at the time.
Yeah. So who is it now that it been years and went past? Who is it now, and kind of why, or in our era?
Mind you, everybody, I know y'all all see me doing this.
We doing a whole production, got a whole setup, and she's working.
I don't know about.
You know what? Go ahead, go live, because I've been banning her from live for the last.
Okay.
For the last season, the whole season, he has been banning me from like, hey, look, I got people.
What's that mean? You're live right now?
Yes, I'm live.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got a whole production going on.
What's up, everybody?
Yo,
So
this is a thing.
yes, it's a
there's
thing.
a whole thing.
Let's keep it live.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And so then I'm just gonna keep moving it back and forth.
Yes.
Yeah. So who is your favorite player like now?
Come on now.
Kobe.
No. Okay. No. First, we got to break down what era.
Break it down. Break it
Don't
down.
be those people. Don't-
Like right now.
Just who is your favorite
within the
player?
last 2 decades. Put it that way.
I mean,
Steph Curry.
No, it's not Steph Curry. Although I think he's probably one of the biggest changers of the game that I've seen
So
ever.
how could he not be a favorite?
Because not everybody that's the best is my favorite necessarily.
But he's the best at everything, even his personality.
I don't think so.
And
But
he has the Lord.
other people have the Lord. They just don't look that way. So,
Yeah.
so definitely, I love Kobe because of his greatness and the way he like studied the game and then just was like maniacal about implementing everything. Obviously, I love Jordan, but that was also I was like a middle schooler.
Right.
And then
I could be like.
and then the playground. I used to watch Michael Jordan's playground and try to move those moves, but then I'm like, nah, that's not I can't do those moves. Tim Hardaway.
You practicing for hours.
So, but I also like, for me, Dwayne Wade.
Okay.
Just and it's not how I play at all, but just his viciousness. Like I just saw him as someone that through his body. I wish Derrick Rose.
Yeah, man.
He was one of the best I've ever seen. Most athletic, but yeah, Dwayne Wade. There's so many that are like talented, but I like Dwayne Wade.
That's your favorite? Oh, but you was that's right. You were at Miami.
And I met him at a book signing. I went to his camp twice, so I got to talk to him.
That's why he's a
So
Curry
I got
hater,
like a little bit of a little connection.
That is why he's a Curry hater.
I'm not a Curry hater. Lee, it's not so like you could be somewhere in the middle.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Oh man, what you got?
No, go ahead.
Not good.
I hate when you do that. That is his deflection when he
This
ain't
is
got
fun,
nothing.
man.
He ain't got, so he's gonna bounce it right back on.
No, I got. Come on, listen. Go ahead. Cause you know me, I talk. You playful, and then I shoot something serious. So kind of.
That's his way of deflecting. He doesn't have nothing. Go ahead.
So, what have you learned from?
This is what happens on the last episode. Is when everybody's starting to wear it down and we get tired. This is episode 8, right?
Yes.
Keep it real.
Episode
We
8.
keep it real.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's one of the things I told you when you get on the show, man. We just be
Love
kicking
it.
back.
Listen, you ain't seen nothing yet. If you go back this season to when we had Miss Pam McGee on here, woo!
Yeah, episode 6.
Now that,
Lots of energy.
that
Yeah,
was,
yeah,
and
lots of
Mr.
energy.
Jenkins. Shout out to Coach Jenkins.
Yeah.
He was funny too.
This season was lit, though.
It was.
We had a great season.
We did have a really good season. So I need Netflix, YouTube. Who else is it? YouTube.
The Black Effect though.
Right.
That's the Black Effect with Charlamagne the guy. He got a network.
Listen, I don't care what. It be the butterfly effect for all I care. Somebody come pick up this daggone show. So I can be in the studio having great conversations with great people. Like Jamie Laviola.
Yeah, by the way, I really appreciate you guys having me. I was talking to Daryl like, hey, I want to get on a podcast. You know, somebody's like, well, like, why don't you come on?
He talked all over us. If you know somebody, I'm like,
it ain't new. It ain't new.
But it wasn't like that. And then when you said, like, let's do it, like I've been, you know, because I watch it.
Right.
Not always the whole thing, but so yeah, it's an honor to be on here.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
We appreciate you.
Now, what I was saying, what's some of the things that you have learned in the game of basketball that applies to, dentistry?
Yeah, definitely. So there's having to overcome adversity because that's what life is winning and losing and how you respond to it. So how you respond to the difficult times. And then like when I was in the position of starting point guard, and not necessarily being the top scorer, I had to be a leader and know how to communicate with different people. And like, this is not, I didn't say this, but the rule of, treat others how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that. It's treat others how they want to be treated. So that's from my friend Mustafa that gave me that. But it's true. So you have to learn how to communicate to other people and how they want to be communicated to. And that translates to business.
That's good. That's actually a really good one. A good way to, a good perspective to live life by.
Definitely. And and then the last piece obviously is having a common vision that you can have everybody really jump on. So in business, someone's got to be the person that produces the energy. And in this business, it's got to be me. I got to bring every single day. So that sometimes you come in with everyone's got their stuff. I hear so many things like, oh, I got this, I got that. We all have that.
Yeah.
Right.
But you got to come in with your best energy so that you can transmit that to other people to succeed for the day. So.
Yeah. Energy is infectious.
Yeah, it is. I heard a lot of people that have came to you. We mutual friends, and they came to see you, and they like, yo, this was an amazing experience. Like, it wasn't just he was talking at me, he was talking to me, giving me to understand. It was kind of like easy. And I think in business, a lot of people miss the mark on that. You can treat your patients or your clients like family, but also understanding the boundary and having the business. And, that a lot of people miss that. It's always either business or it's just too janky.
That's facts. And for me, I had to learn more to put a boundary up because, I could start talking to someone in the room and spend an hour. And next thing you know, like my staff is like, and I'm talking about how, like, oh, you went, snowboarding or, whatever.
Right.
But the boundaries are important because unfortunately, good people will overstep if they don't know.
Right.
If you don't let them know what the boundary is, then how can you hold them accountable to it?
Listen.
So, and I'm definitely not a victim. I am someone who does that. So
that's
I'm
a hand
learning.
clap.
Yeah.
Boundaries was a cue for 2023.
Yeah,
Praise him.
Yeah.
We have a lot of stories about boundaries.
In every bucket.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Category
boundaries.
possible.
It is very important.
It's ever growing, right?
It's forever growing.
Yeah.
And just like you said, it's sometimes good people don't know that they're crossing boundaries until you have to make sure that you establish those boundaries.
Yes.
But some people also don't know how to receive when you establish boundaries. And so it's a gift and a curse, but it's part of business. It's part of sports. It's part of life. And you have I know you ain't now going live and then going to sit here and talk about me.
We got multiple live businesses going on.
Hey, she want to do it. Let's do it.
That's why, that's why I got a flip phone. See how mine got a nice little setup. Look at that little iPhone.
We're not going to get into the debate. I have an Apple iPhone. You have a split household, right?
Yeah, and phones. That's nothing else.
And computer. Yes. Computers too, though.
Yes.
Computers and phones. Yes. Technology.
Yes.
So to be fair, when I was at the store, the gentleman was very knowledgeable. He said that phone is the best phone on the market.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, that's what he said.
The flip
ain't no
phone.
way. Ain't no way.
I'm telling you, man.
Ain't no way.
I don't want to believe it, Derek.
He's just talking about the fact that the camera and all that's that I don't know how
Yeah,
to work all that
it's-
right now, and so I could care less.
It's cool
But the
though.
flip-
Don't get me wrong. I've been with Android because
I
of
just
her.
can't
You know
work
what I
with
mean?
Android.
Listen,
it's-
listen.
It's too much. There's too many factors. I want Apple to tell me what to do, and then
Right.
when they take over, well,
See, man, who's gonna be attacked first? So all y'all Apple users just know
We'll be
when
first,
we,
but
when we get attacked,
save your pictures.
y'all are gonna be
Yeah.
attacked. But anyways, back to what you said. What
Yes.
you was talking about. No, what you was talking about is really, really dope. You know, from the boundaries aspect and the reason why your business is so successful. And I feel like it's the same thing why CTAB has been so successful is because we create relationships. You know,
Yes.
business is about the relationships that you can create with your clients and not make them feel like, just like with teaching, you know, even in those occupations, we can teach these kids, but if you're telling them,
Yeah.
you're not going to get the same reception back if you're teaching them and learning and meeting them where they're at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the quote that you said, that's probably the dopest way I've heard anybody put it. Like, you want to treat others the way you want to be treated. No, treat others the way they want to be treated. That's meeting people where they're at. You know what I mean?
And not everyone can do it. A lot of people think like it's easy. I say no, it's a science. It's a skill that you have to master over a course of time, how to deal with people, how to treat them a certain way. And also, like you say, have boundaries. But that ain't something you can just wake up and do. That's a hard thing to do. And, you know, that's what we tell our trainers. That's what we tell people who come around us. And like, how you do it? Like, no, you can't do it like Coach D or Coach Lee unless you follow these steps. And even within the steps we give you, you have to make it your own.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly. You always have to make it your own because you can't make it the same way. By the
Right.
way, you guys doing a phenomenal job with how you coach. I've seen you coach AAU, and now you're coaching. I mean, you always have coached my son, but you're coaching him like I call it professionally because he's don't have to do the actual workouts. He can't just quit.
Right.
And you guys do a great job at that. So it is the relationship pieces is really important.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
It takes time.
It does.
Yeah.
It takes time, and like you said, to master it and to understand it. And some people just have that innate ability, and I mean, some people don't really have the gift, and you got to go through an actual standard and guidelines on how to, you know, be effective. But if you try, I mean, and it just comes to the biggest part of it that I think a lot of people miss is just listening. Like
Yeah.
in your business, in your teaching, in your coaching, all of that stuff, I can talk and I can relate as much as possible. But if I don't take a moment to listen to what's actually needed,
Yeah.
I'm missing the mark on how to be successful with this relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think even not just being successful with it, understanding what your client wants. They can tell you exactly what they want and what they need and how to you know, get not get their money in a bad way, but you know, want to spend money with you. They'll tell you, but a lot of times you don't listen, or you just casually going through that conversation. You know what I mean? But it's actually a skill that you want to tap into. You know what I mean?
Listen, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on top of that, for the listeners, I would say also that like it's not just business. Like you know, you need to learn how, and your kids are ever evolving, so you have to learn how they want to be talked to.
Yeah.
I'm no longer in a relationship, but you know, when you're married, you guys have to, and it's always changing too.
Right. Right.
So yeah, it's business, it's teams, it's like, so anybody should be really working on this, and it's not easy.
No, 100%. It's relationships. I mean, the whole world is about relationships, no matter what the way you put it. Business, marriage, spouses, kids, co-workers, friends. It's all about relationships. Like,
Yeah.
relationships, listening, and the power of prayer. Because Lord knows.
Think he would have quit.
He wanna
Take somebody out.
Take somebody out.
Yeah.
Just leave everything behind. I'm
Yeah.
done. But you got to push through.
Right.
I wanted to roll up a couple times.
So look, with that being said, and I think this is really important to highlight, like you are very successful, very well known. I mean, you are the multi, you know, faceted and millionaire type. You're in that bubble. You have rubbed shoulders with a lot of big people, big weak people.
Don't
Like,
put his business out there. Don't
I
throw
mean,
the
but
numbers
it's
out
important
there.
to understand, like to be
Yeah,
be
right.
at that level and to be so humble,
Yeah.
right, and to be so able to come onto a show that is being aired right in the basement of somebody's house and like respecting it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a character that you have that a lot of people, especially us and where we come from and people we've encountered, you don't see it a lot. Like we have sat at tables where you distinctly know, oh, he's that dude because his nose or her nose is turned up.
Yeah.
Whereas you have a great foundation and again, the relationship aspect. But how are you able to maintain like that status that you have and be able to be like, but I'm here for the people?
Because I really love, like, for the work part, you know, I definitely love what I do as a surgeon and a dentist more than I do as a business owner. The business owner part, what's exciting is you can build something and then take the surgeon part, and then I could expand it and have maybe more surgeons come on and help more people, because that's the ultimate goal is to transform as many lives as possible and maybe even put a dent in this industry of healthcare. That's, we can maybe talk about that, but it's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it's just, I don't know, like that's why I do that. So I don't need to feel, I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the hum. You got me off track on that question. Do we go back and re-record that?
No, it's good.
You're
I mean,
good.
I think it's just something that I think it's important for people to see, like, no matter your status, to be able to give back, to be able to connect at
I
any
know one
levels,
thing.
you know what I mean?
So also, like, you get around other people that are like 10 levels up somehow, because I've been fortunate to be in rooms with people that are at a much higher level than me. And you realize that they're authentic, they're self-assessing and self-learning. It's like, well, if they can, like, what? I surely should be. Even if you did it and maybe you have a it's like, okay, well, because, you know, occasionally that can happen where I don't get like snooty, but I might get into like a different thing, like, well, why this happened? Like, well, really, you always need to turn and look back at myself. Like, what can I do to make my situation better?
Right.
That's kind of what it comes down to in everything.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
And also when you meet good people, it don't matter who they are. Good people are good people.
No, 100%.
Yeah, no doubt.
And that's one of the things that I've learned being on this boo doc and helping seeing what Daryl does, like sitting in certain rooms with certain people, you can kind of feel a vibe. But then there's rooms like when we sat with Gannon Baker, like this is the Gannon Baker, and when we sat with JJ Reddick, it was like
that's a
people,
different
like
level.
it was, you know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Like it was people like that you would think would be like, listen, I need this to be done, and it was like, no, it was
They were super dope, right?
It was good and rapping, and then JJ got emotional. I was like, oh my god, JJ Reddick's crying.
Yeah.
Like
it's good people,
right?
Yeah,
It
exactly.
was so different.
Yeah, you can't hide that, man.
Listen, we went to somebody's house. I don't know if I can say the state. Remember we had to go play basketball somewhere, and we were late.
She said it's somewhere. We done play basketball all over the world.
You know specifically with this one what I'm talking about. You were late. And
Oh,
I didn't
yeah,
like
yeah,
the way
yeah,
that
yeah.
this
Oh, yeah,
person.
yeah.
That hasn't happened more than once?
No. This
No.
one.
Not this one. Okay.
So this was like.
Yeah.
This person is very, very well known, and
Yeah.
you know. Yes, you know. Oh, yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, and when we got into that space, I mean, it was dope what was happening, but then I was like, you ain't all that. Like, I could care less how long your money is. You know what I mean? It was just, it wasn't a vibe.
All right, let's it's story time. We're going to backdrop. It's my birthday.
Yes.
My birthday weekend.
Yes.
You know, we in this state, and you know, we partied a little bit. I'm celebrating.
This was a couple years ago too.
Couple years ago, so I'm celebrating, and you know, I'm set to go to this person's house to play basketball, or whatever. You know what I mean? And so I didn't, you know, I had the address, but I ain't looked to.
Was this gonna be like a one-on-one thing or
Nah,
It was
running
five on five.
Okay,
you know what I mean? So I'm thinking, I'm going to hoop tomorrow, you know. So, but I didn't think to put the address in to see how far it was. So I wake up the next morning, put in the GPS. I think it said something crazy like 50 minutes.
Yes.
I'm thinking like it was 50 minutes. So I hit up the person, was like, hey man, you know, I'm gonna be a little bit late. So I'm thinking it's gonna be all good because I'm just going to play basketball.
It's Sunday morning pickup. It's not that deep.
Sunday morning pickup, get a text back. Oh no, Daryl, that's no good. I'm militant with this. Like that's not a good look.
And I'm looking like, listen, because you know I be on his defense quick. Don't talk to him like that.
Yeah.
Like,
but
we're
at the
talk
same
about this after because I got another story. Yeah, okay.
But at the same time, yes, you're right. it ain't that deep as basketball, but it also taught me a lesson when you're dealing with people of that magnitude. They respect their time.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, that's what got them to that level. You have to be anal on certain stuff.
That's also a good trait, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
But to stay humble with it.
Yeah. I could have lost that relationship. Thank God I didn't. I could have lost that relationship. He could have been like, yo, Daryl is, he's not respecting my time, or he's just on CP time. You know what I mean? Like.
However, it's good that you have a woman that recognizes that got your back.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
Because
So
I wasn't playing no games, and I could care less who you are.
So she said, let's stop the CVS and get him a gift card.
Yes. So part of tradition, though, my family tradition, being Japanese, when we go to somebody brand new's house, which go to somebody's house, you bring what we call omiyage. So you can't go to their house empty-handed. And I'm pretty sure the gift card probably gave it to one of the kids, because if you know this individual we're talking about, it was nothing. But did he even appreciate it? I don't even know. Did he say anything?
That joint might still be in his drawer. It was a Bed Bath and Beyond gift card.
It might have been.
But nah, man, shout out to him, because you know what I mean? Like,
shout out to him. We ain't say his name.
Because if you heard, he probably know who he is.
If y'all can figure out who him is.
if he hears it, he'll know.
Yeah, for sure.
You think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, just know.
But no, I respect it though. No, so now I treat people's time with respect, and also that teaches me to treat people how you want to be treated. So now I know not to do that with him no more.
How they want to be treated.
How they want to be treated.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
It's
so
true.
now I know not to do that with him.
I mean, yes. Ideally, yes. You want to be on time for people's stuff. However, life happens. I mean, how many events have we had? Tell me who be showing up on time.
But they might do it too, because we don't set the standard. We like, all right, it's cool.
I be setting the standard, especially when I be doing these events, y'all. Listen, I be wanting y'all to be there on time, because y'all give me high anxiety when I don't see full rooms if an event start at 5 o'clock, y'all ain't there at 5 o'clock. I have high anxiety. I tell you
our basketball tournaments. It's 2 weeks in. We only got 3 teams registered. She panicking.
And I be panicking. Now,
the 2 days before, we only got 80.
This is the definite, like, how it goes. Facts, just from the couple conversations I have with you guys on the phone around that time.
Yeah.
The energy level sounds just like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there's a lot of planning that goes behind all of this.
Yeah.
So I get it. Yeah. However.
What up, Sedan? What's good?
However,
what up, y'all?
I did not appreciate. It wasn't that deep. It was a Sunday morning, and like I always tell y'all, when y'all want stuff done with Daryl, y'all need to come through me anyway, so I can help plan his life out. Cause he be, am I wrong? Am I right, Jamie? You know us for 7 years now.
That's why it works. That's why it works.
Exactly.
So.
Hey man, you can come on the show anytime. That's what she about to say.
You sure can, cause you be. Hey y'all, how y'all doing up there?
It has to be that way, because you got one person that's either executing or doing, like, there's different skills and personality traits, and you guys match very well.
Thank you.
So, but it's gonna also cause you to have to go through these fights, not fights, but challenges.
Challenges. Yes. There you go.
New way to say it. But challenges.
It's all about the growth.
So speaking of growth, man, you know what I mean? You're working on your business and you building it. What's some of the things that you're currently working on, if you can tell us, or what you're looking forward to in 24?
Yeah, definitely. So 2024, we're really moving to do more full arch implant surgery. So, and the reason is I've done a lot of training, especially in 2023, technology, workflow to make these things more predictable and faster. And again, this is what transforms people's lives. We just did 6 testimonials, and 3 of the people cried on them. And so it's such a huge, when you see that, like, that's like my championship.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
So I wanted to get, obviously you don't get that many championships in basketball, but I want to get more of those victories with people. So we're using, number one, a new workflow that's fully digital. The technology is amazing. You could get from start to finish for this service in 3 to 4 appointments, and it could take 10. We're doing things like facial scanning, which that's the nerdy part of me getting excited, but it's really cool. And then on top of that, to be able to expand the general part of my practice of the patients that we have and maintain that. So my goal would be for me to be doing that surgery maybe 3 times a week, whatever it is, but that's what I'm focusing on, and then bringing an associate that has the same training or philosophy, which mine comes from Dr. John Coyce in Seattle, which I'll give a shout out to. I don't think he'll hear this, but he's the GOAT as far as teaching dentistry, and we talk about good people. He's as good as they come. I heard one sentence from him that was life-changing, like in the car he was driving me to his son's house. So, but anyways.
So share what the one sentence was.
I don't remember because I was going through a tough time, and he just, he
spit something out.
Yeah, he could sense emotions. Like, he's like, how you doing? Always checking on me like when things were tough. But so that, anyways, moving towards that, getting that person that has that same philosophy, and just doing. Oh, and then also we have the in-house lab, because then that enables me to have a more seamless process if we're manufacturing. So right now, we're doing the surgery, and we are outsourcing the design, and we can manufacture or print a temporary in-house, but I can't do the final. That requires ceramic milling, which is a lot more expensive. You need more people, more resources. But that's my goal for end of 2024, beginning 2025, and also to expand the other practice in McLean.
Yeah.
So it's tough because it's just, when you put all your resources into it, that's one thing I used to be more about diversifying what I do, and I still somewhat do, but right now, like in this season, I've got everything devoted to this mission. I have a plan. I know what the metrics are, and like which dial to tweak if it's not working.
Right.
So at least if I have that, it's on me.
Right.
Yeah.
And if something wrong with the plan, then I just adjust the plan. But that's what I've really been working on there. And aside from that, I've got some new things coming in 24 that are not clinical. I don't want to speak about them yet, but I think it will provide more access for healthcare to more people. And there's a couple ideas that I have, and it's not going to help everybody, but if I can provide more accessible and less costly healthcare, because dentistry is typically not one of those services that's fully covered by insurance.
Right.
If you want to get me started on insurance, we can go into that. But if I can provide more access to people, then that's still, by the way, relationship and transforming life in a different way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I just like to do like what I've been because I've been training. I went to Brazil to train to place a special type of implant that anchors off the zygomatic bone, with the cheekbone, basically.
Right.
So I want to use all this and get better and better. So
Yeah.
just like in basketball, you see these guys, LeBron, whatever, Kobe. Each year they like implement a new part of their game, and then they go out and use it.
Right.
That's kind of what I want to do with my surgery and my dentistry, and then at the same time grow the business.
Yeah.
Right.
One thing I know about you and observe and had several conversations with you is you don't mind taking courses, classes, going to these conferences to get the information, for the pay for the information,
Yeah.
no matter what it costs to get the knowledge. And a lot of people kind of shy away from that because they think it's either a gimmick or they just, don't understand how important getting information, not reinventing the wheel. What made you get started into that, and how has it kind of taken your mindset to another level and your business?
So before I answer the question, one thing is that some of it is a gimmick. Usually the cheaper the knowledge, not always, but when you're comparing, sometimes you'll pay less for worse information.
Yeah.
So, but to answer the question, I always was like a student. And then when I graduated, I sat next to Dean Coyce, who I mentioned his dad has a teaching center in Seattle. He's the GOAT. And he's also one of my best friends, a great, great person again. And he came out and spoke to us our senior year. There was 3 of us in the class that went. I'm like, what? This guy gets paid. And it changed my life. I realized that dental school is just a license to learn more.
Yeah.
So from there, I just saw that, especially in dentistry, really it's anything, but I saw in my field, I could take something, and if I really dive in and get the most of it, I can take it back and actually implement it and use it to create more change more lives, and put more dollars in your pocket, because like money's not bad, right? It's what you do with it. We got to make money so we can help more people. That's how. Also, I want to start a nonprofit, by the way. That's sorry. That's a little further out. That's why I didn't bring it in, but that's my vision as well. So just learning is so important.
Do you feel if you didn't have all the practice and all this stuff, all this great stuff you're doing, would you still be loving to do dentistry? Like if you never got the pay in the background and you just did it just for free for a nonprofit YMCA type thing, would you still do this?
Yes. So as long as I could eat and had a home that wasn't like unsafe to raise my son in, I would, because when I was moving from Florida to Virginia, some of that time, by the way, I can't even remember, because I was working. I had sold the practice in Florida, so I'm finishing cases there, flying back and forth. I worked in the Richmond City Jail, getting paid very little, and I did pretty much extractions. Money didn't matter because they had to pay $10 out of their account, and if they didn't have it, they still got seen.
Wow.
It was one of the most rewarding experiences. It was difficult to see some of these people that are stuck in this system that don't belong there. There's definitely some that do. Usually the ones that look like they do don't.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I gotta get a drink.
Do your thing.
It's another one. Celsius, if you want to sponsor us.
Don't drink this because I'm a dentist and this has acid in it. But it does have caffeine too. I like caffeine.
Told you my man Jay, keep it real, man.
So knowing that I worked in the jail and like didn't think twice about it. The only thing that made me want to leave is because I know that I could only do certain things there, and I had other opportunities. But yeah, I would totally do it.
I just think the reason why I asked is that I think it's important when you do what when you truly do what you love, no dollar amount would affect the work that you're doing. So that's how I feel like with our organization. Like, yes, of course we want to be lucrative and all that kind of stuff, but I forever see myself always being a coach to somebody, you know what I mean, in the game. So it's never going to be, I'm never going to lose love of it, you know what I mean? So
yeah, I totally agree with what you say, because like, and in some ways we're blessed to love what we do. Not everyone gets that opportunity. Sometimes you have to find something and it's harder.
Right. No, 100%. 100%.
I mean, because we talk about this all the time. There's a lot of people out there just living life aimlessly. Don't know what they call to do. They're just trying to figure it out and just lost and running this rat race. But when you know what you call to do, you do it relentlessly. Whether you're making $1 million or $5 million or you're making, $100, but you see the vision, you see it clear. So you're every day waking up and just doing it and knowing one day that you look up, you're going to have that mansion. You're going to have, that house. You feeling comfortable, even if it ain't a mansion. You feeling good about your life and what you're doing.
Yeah, pension no more.
Yeah. But it starts with purpose. You know what I mean? And it's crazy how many people don't know. You know what I mean? So to see that you're doing what you love, you walking in your purpose, and you getting paid for something you love. I mean, I think that's the true American dream. Sometimes a lot of times people say it's all this fancy stuff, but it's not.
No, it is absolutely the true American dream. We have this in our culture. It's you have to own a home and have how many kids, like you've got. That's not what it's about. It's about, can you wake up every day and do what you love to do and somehow serve and prosper from it.
And leave a legacy.
Yeah, that's another one. Legacy is important, whatever that may be.
Right. Yep. It started get a little deep. I see the thing. See it turning. We didn't have very real deep conversations on here too.
Yeah.
So now, what you said, you've given us your future, you've given us your goals. So I am going to switch it up for you, because I do want you to kind of discuss balance, right? We talk about work-life balance. You are killing it in the game of dentistry, and you have a son. What do you say? And you're single, right? So shout out to the ladies if you need Dr. Jamie Lavielle. Don't do that.
He make house calls.
We gotta be cool. Go like this or something like that. Yeah, one of those. Okay, not one of these.
Are we talking out call or in call?
Right.
Oh gosh. Enough. See? You see? And then you wonder why I make my commentaries. See this sedan? This is what I'm talking about. Daryl gets mad when I make commentaries, but you do stuff like this. So balancing it. What through experience, and you might not have the answer, and you could totally still be walking through this process right now. How do you balance the greatness of a business with a beautiful baby boy you have now?
Yeah, it's so I don't know if balance for me is the right word, but the only way I can say it, and I may have heard this at an Eric Thomas conference, I don't know, but be where your feet are. So like wherever I am, I really try to be there 100%. And unfortunately, these little phones that we have take us away from that. At work, it's pretty easy. But when you get into business, by the way, so most people do business from when? What hours to what hours? Like
9 to 5, right.
Usually. So when you're trying to deal with these people, I'm trying to make phone calls when I'm doing business. So then you have to work flows over to night, and that's my time with Caden. But I just explained to him, like he knows every Saturday I film, or every other Saturday I got to film for an hour. And I get to film for an hour, by the way. Let me change the words. But and I just tell him when he gets frustrated, I say, listen, I got to do this, but when I get back, we're going to do like whatever it is that we're going to, So, and then maybe he likes to go on the metro since he's been this big. So we'll go with one of his friends, go to metro, go into Crystal City. I'll usually rent some scooters. So I just go all in on that.
Yeah.
By the way, wear helmets on scooters and don't go into Reagan Airport if you're ever in Crystal City.
Are these the scooters that we did when we was in Norfolk? The same type of scooters?
Yep, Lime.
Yeah.
Yep, I have the account.
You was with us?
I was with you. Yep.
Oh,
was
yeah.
flying.
Oh,
That was crazy.
yeah.
I didn't believe you guys would get on that.
Right,
I'm like,
right.
"Oh, if you guys are on, I'm getting on.
Yeah, that was fun.
But balance. Just be where you are, and try not, to the best of your ability, when you are there, with the most, living 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times, man, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it right. You know what I mean? Balance is key, but I truly feel like it's never gonna really be balanced like that. You know what I mean? It could be, but something's going to lose traction. So I think us as entrepreneurs, as business people, trying to figure it out as much as possible. Me personally, I don't think it's never gonna be balanced like that.
I think when everybody hears balance, they think of everything being even all the way across.
Ain't that what balance is? Or no?
But I don't look at it like that. Like for me, if I come home and I'm at 20% and I just don't have nothing left, you come in, you're my 80% to fill, and we created the balance of 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where I come from. So it's not necessarily it needs to be 50% here, 50% here. It's where do you fill it in?
Yeah.
To make you a whole.
Absolutely.
And you guys are a good example. When you go on, I think you were telling me every year you do that trip.
Yeah.
I think I was lucky to go on one of those. That was fun.
Every year my birthday trip, and we're going again this coming up because I am turning into a whole new decade.
40 piece.
Oh my
40
goodness.
ball. 40. Dropping 40. Steph Curry on them.
39 for the second time. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyways, yes.
But so you go on these trips. So when you're there, so tell me, how much are you guys thinking about work?
About work? Not a darn. They say no. Actually, it is
A little bit.
Yes, we do.
I think she thinks about work when everything is not done. Like if everything is done, I think she can be smooth sailing. But if it's like one or two things that's pending, then her whole
so just knowing that
shit.
is important. Then so you guys know you got to fulfill that so you can enjoy the trip.
Right,
and
right.
That's your balance.
Yes.
But mine's is hard to shut off. Like I might get a day and a half, but outside of that, if I'm in beautiful water and the beach, that's my time to think about like kind of what's next or the future or the house we want to be in and stuff like that because it's the scenery. You gotta think about it as a creator. You seeing all this stuff is like a canvas, and you seeing everything like in real time. So it's hard to kind of shut that off.
I can appreciate that because my brain is going at all times unless I have to like really get myself out by watching a movie.
Yeah.
But if I'm on a beach, I'm thinking about like I can relax for a minute, and then all of a sudden my brain takes me to, oh, I could be doing this, or I
Yeah,
could create this.
yeah.
Not necessarily like the same way that you create, but just different ideas. So.
I can't.
Courtney, what up, bro?
Hi, Courtney. I'm not there yet. Oh my gosh, I still got 4 months. Jesus, Mary
4 months.
Joseph. Courtney, don't do that. Don't let him do that. I hear what both of y'all are saying. I think for me, I have to shut down because if I don't, I'll burn myself out faster, and then I'm not going to be what I know I can be.
Yep.
So I have to and it might be the worst out. And it's crazy. I just saw. Remember I was telling you on TikTok. I just saw on TikTok. There's people like me that it's a real thing. So they say at nighttime, you find this to be your most peaceful time where you're up watching TV and scrolling, knowing your body's telling you go to sleep, but you have to be on something because for you in your mind, whatever the chemical balance is telling you you need to unwind, and this is your only time to unwind, even though your body's saying go to sleep. For you, in your mental, you have to just take a moment to.
So you talking about like when you're sitting up watching YouTube,
And I should be asleep at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Well, you should definitely go to sleep, not fall asleep. And when I start scrolling, I fall. I mean, you all have seen me on the couch fall asleep. So some of it was planned. I just lay down. And go to sleep. But yeah, like if you're up scrolling, like you need to go to bed, turn the lights off. Those screens are not great for you.
Right.
But it's true. If your brain doesn't shut off, you're not getting full rest and recovery.
And that's my issue because if I don't distract my brain with something like a show or a reading,
not TikTok.
No, well, I will mind your business.
TikTok.
It's Amazon fines.
Yeah, all that.
And
How do you even hold on? Wait. This is my thing. I'm
Here we
thinking
go.
TikTok is
Here
just a
we-
thing
here
where
we
people
go.
dance and upload
Here
videos.
we go.
I didn't know it was like an underworld of
Listen.
business and fines.
So
and
that should let you know
all
that
this-
I don't be on it for the foolishness. You should be happy about that. See, I don't do TikTok for all the foolishness. Now, I do have my moments where it's like Real Housewives of TikTok, okay? However,
That's the thing.
no, I was just,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes.
Right.
however, I get sucked in because of Amazon fines or houses and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I'm like legit looking at stuff because I have got a whole bunch of stuff and you come down, you be like, oh man, this has made the house better.
It's so bad. Some in the house, I'm like, yo, where you get that from? How you know how to do that? TikTok. She's like, yo. Like,
So
yo,
that's
how do you
only
find-
what I do.
That's almost like him sitting on the beach thinking that's your way of getting creative.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yes, I get inspired by TikTok,
Yeah.
and I've only
Just
been
watch
on
out for
That's-
them on
that's-
TikTok.
Yeah,
I've
that's
only
fair
been on for
enough.
4 months, guys. Only been on
I
for
can't. Like, I gotta go to sleep. If I'm gonna go to sleep, I gotta go to sleep because if not, especially late at night, I was just telling her this the other day. I feel like I have to be doing something or working
Yes.
because I'm thinking about something. That's why, like, if I go upstairs and I go automatically sleep.
You
If I stay up, I'm be like, yo, I feel like I gotta be doing something. Like, you gotta
Me,
get
I
the
just
joint done.
gotta just unwind. I need to, and then I'll go to sleep. And then because I don't get like it's constant. I'm constantly, and if I like I said, if I don't distract my mind, then literally I'll be like, oh, I gotta answer this email in the morning. I gotta make sure I do the game plan. I gotta make sure we have got our event set up. What time does Isaiah need to go to the doctors? What time is CT supposed to go to school? Oh, I gotta email Jamie back because he asked about Caden. Oh, Daryl said
Just
something
like
about
that.
Literally, that is how my mind goes. And then I end up picking up my phone. Then I start making lists. And so if I can go into another world, Amazon fines.
Yeah, I mean, it is
Then
needed
let
though.
me
You
be,
need to, you need
okay?
to, you need to
Makes
find
sense.
that place where you can chill and not think about nothing. It's extremely tough. Like, I don't know how you can do it. You know what I mean?
Because
So-
if I don't, then I'm killing somebody.
Yeah.
And then with the stuff I entertain myself on TikTok and Instagram, I'm gonna be even more ready to work because I'm gonna see somebody else motivational speaker, see
That's
ET
what I
or
do.
see somebody doing what
Yeah.
they doing. I'm like, yo,
You see one
Let me
video,
be
you're
honest.
like, what? Like,
yeah,
which is horrible because now we're comparing ourselves
Yeah,
to
yeah.
other people's success. But
Right.
it's still, if you use it as a positive motivator for your own success.
right.
But yeah, I get that same thing. I'll be watching stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Side note, Courtney, mind your business, okay? It's not that great up there, okay?
It is.
Yeah.
That man, you
He
be in
be
your
waking
prime.
up. He can't even hoop like that no more. Be waking up hurting every day. See, it ain't that
I
great
mean,
up there.
The first time we hooped till the last time I saw
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
there's been a big change.
Oh yeah. It
Me
is.
too. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
even walk,
Yeah, right.
but you was the killer.
Yeah, I went with CT the other day. Not the other day. It was about a month and a half ago. But I haven't hooped in maybe like a year before that.
With,
Yeah. I was tired as a more. I still did a little something.
Listen,
but I was like, yo.
CT was texting me and cracking up. Said, yo, you should see Daddy up in here.
Hey, just moves on that night too.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Listen, yeah, he's getting there.
Just like riding a bike, though. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man.
Well, we are closing out 2023. We are closing out our 8th season of our 8th episode of season 6.
And each it's getting better and better. But this started from the COVID, and then we just kept getting better and better. Yeah, that joint's trash.
It wasn't trash. Listen, it was really
the information was good, but it was just kind of like.
It was nostalgic because it was also like we were on our phones at one point, and then we went to the actual cameras, and we were in the basement of my parents' house.
You get to see the growth.
Like,
the growth,
I liked it back then, and we were in COVID, and it was like, we're going downstairs to do our show.
Yeah. That's where it started.
Those were the good days.
But it's like you say, you see the growth of it. You never know where to go, but then at the same time is learning what you can do better. So all the seasons before, that's like footage where the new people that find us, they can go back to this rabbit hole. Like, oh, let me check out. And they be like, oh, this season, because we do it all the time. Go back and watch, and then you might see it's 20 views there now, but within next year when people get used to it, they go back, and now the ratings go up. I see it happen all the time.
Like what? Like has one gone from 20 to how much?
I think our highest is like 800. That's Maya Shaka.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's actually like a lot of views. Someone was talking about this, by the way. I know you're closing, but like you don't need 2 million people to have an effect on people's lives.
Right.
You know,
it's about the views.
Yeah, because it's the people that are watching you.
Yeah, that's it.
So because then those people, they're real people.
Yeah.
Right.
Building your tribe, building your community. Building your tribe, building your community. And focus on those people who follow you versus focus on the people that you don't have yet.
It's a process.
You know what I mean?
Trust the process. That's it.
There you go,
but
man.
I love doing
and
this.
love your haters too, because if you don't have the
haters.
Oh
yes, because if you don't have haters, we ain't doing enough. Bring it. I've been embracing all my haters. God bless you all. Amen.
Yeah.
I pray for you.
Lord
anyways, do you have anything you want to close out with our final episode of season 6? And
why are you yelling?
I'm excited. And your final 2023. We have, what's today? 21st? We have 10 days left.
Yeah.
2023. What you got?
So for the end of 2023, I'm going to just play it like every single day and try to get exponentially better each day at everything I'm doing. Trying to close the numbers out strong, of course. So it looks good on paper. You got to. But no, it was just a pleasure to be on here and be part of this. And I'm excited to see what you guys do next year.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Big things in play, man.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for coming to our show on live. Daryl finally put me back on live. So
we might have to do I feel like we should do
we should do an in-person live.
That would be tough.
You could do it.
Well, we did the one live with the NCAA, and that was cool. But I mean, with actual adults,
we could do
it in person live.
We could do that. The Real Love and Basketball live.
Come in 2024.
And look, 2024. I didn't say that. She said that. That's an idea that I didn't come up with.
I did.
But it could happen?
It could happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
No, I want it to happen. I like doing this. This is one thing I actually really, really like doing. I hate everything else. I hate when Daryl makes me speak in front of at the banquet. Were you at the banquet?
Not this year.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So at the banquet, he made me talk in front of everybody. Okay?
You had to do like a keynote type of thing or whatever.
I got quiet. I said, "Just go ahead."
She just made me.
Oh, on the spot?
Yeah, that's how she did me. That's how she did me at the Boo Williams clinic that we did. She always doing the organization, getting the kids pizza and assigning everybody.
Now tell the backstory.
And she got quiet. I'm
feeding
the kids pizza. I'm like, yo.
Asking the backstory on that. This wives. This is a lesson to be taught.
I had to do all the organization
stuff. And a lesson learned
stuff
for your husband.
Is this the clinic that
for the gala, the 40-year anniversary?
That's when Kay and Jaden came down. You had the kids and
yeah.
That was a good.
So that's what I do. Okay, I'll tell you guys a quick backstory. So that's what I do, planning. and he was being a jerk. Okay, he wanted to plan everything, and I can do this, and so instead of wives, there's certain times in life where you don't argue with them no more. You say, if you like it, I love it. I support you. That's it. I said, by all means, you do what you need to do.
I was hot.
And literally that day, I would have been, get it done, everything. He was running around, sweating, T-shirt off, trying to
You
learn.
did seem kind of stressed out
Listen,
that year.
Yeah.
and I sat right at the front table at the doors and just was like this. No, nothing.
I'm like, yo, where is she at? What is she doing? You see me over here. She's nowhere to be.
I sat right there.
Quiet, talking to people on the sideline.
And
I said, yo.
halfway, I said, will you listen next time? Yeah, you got this. I ain't gonna do this. No, you got it.
That ain't my thing, cause that's one thing I learned. I don't want to do nothing. I want to have her run everything, and I do my thing. Get the people there,
like a good plan.
network, fill in the gaps, set the vision.
But
all
listen, that is
other
a
stuff,
marital lesson. So wives, or even husbands, sometimes you don't need to fight fire with fire. Sometimes you go, you got it, boo. You got it.
Yeah. Trust me, I learned my lesson on that
If you
one.
like it, I love it. That is the best thing. And you will be heard.
So we closing out like that. That's how we.
That is the 2020.
It is better to be right. Would you rather be right or be in a relationship?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes you gotta just.
Right. Where you get that from, man?
Where'd I get that one from? It was a business mentor back.
Oh, okay.
He's smart. Jamie's really smart.
Yeah,
I
he
just
is.
listen to. I like when people give stuff. I really
Right.
try to pay attention because I know that they've been places I haven't.
Right. There you go, man.
But
Well, yeah, man. That concludes the last
Real
episode.
Love and Basketball, episode 6. That means season 7. Episode 6. Season 6. That means season 7 is about to be turned.
Yeah,
We're going to do
man.
it live, too.
when does it drop?
Season 7?
Yeah.
Oh, this one. This particular episode.
No, season 7.
Oh, season 7. We need. what
Yeah,
is
we
it?
work it out.
We probably do. It probably
Spring
be
or summer.
April. Yeah. Start in April.
But you're not. She's gonna plan it, and you're gonna.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
gotta execute it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, just making sure.
So the first episode probably live. So be prepared.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
We will get everybody out and we will be turned up. But again, thank you for tuning in to the Real Love and Basketball. We will chat with y'all soon. Thank you, Laviola, Mr. Jamie Laviola, for coming out. I love saying
Yes,
his
sir.
last name, Laviola, for coming out. We appreciate you. We appreciate y'all. We pray that you guys have a blessed end of your 2023 year and you are ready for 2024 because God is bringing blessings and prosperity to your house.
Absolutely.
mouth.
There you go.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Y'all be easy, man. Till the next time.
Peace. Go ahead, do your wave. Oh, there you go.
Ask me how I'm living, I'm telling them great. Ask me how I did it, I'm telling them grace. Yeah. Hey, ask me how I did it, I'm telling them grace. Ask me how I'm living, I'm telling them great. Ask me how I did it, I'm telling them grace. Ask me how I'm living, I'm telling them great. New me, no time to waste. Look at me, you see I don't play. I keep running on out of shape. Need a hero, go find a case.